I thought you might want to enjoy the sound of my cat licking herself for a moment. I don't know if you can hear that. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna start this over. Well, hello. Welcome to my lair and my cat licking herself loudly. She's very good at that. I am here to do a halfway to Halloween video, and I was tagged by myself to do this video. I wanted to do something a little more elaborate. I actually have a project in the works. It's been in the works since last year, and it's still not done. So I don't think it's going to be done by the end of halfway to Halloween. Maybe by Halloween. So maybe that will be more of a Halloween project rather than halfway to Halloween. So for now, we're just going to do this fun little tag. No one asked me to, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it live. So I have the questions written here in my little shiny purple notebook. The first question: are you a fan of haunted houses? Yes. Yes, I am a fan. I am a fan of haunted houses in all senses of the word. I draw haunted houses. I love haunted house decorations. I like houses that are haunted. I'm assuming in the context of this question it is more referring to haunted attractions, which also, yes, I love. I would say that most of the ones that I've seen, I haven't been to a lot because we don't have many here in Hawaii. My favorite is the KTA, the annual KTA haunted house. They have it every year, and it takes about 5 minutes to walk through. It's really cute. They have a different theme each year. I even did a short last year at the, was it 35th, 30-something annual KTA haunted house. Other than that, I would say the only real big haunted house I went to was Eastern State Penitentiary one when I lived in Philadelphia, and it was very cool. Very, very cool. And I got free tickets because at the time I was a manager at Halloween Adventure, which no longer exists, but that was a good time in my life. And so yeah, we got some of the perks. We got free tickets to some of the haunted attractions, so I got to go see that. I would say that the whole jump scare, the guy with the chainsaw, crazy person in the insane asylum is not my thing particularly. If I were to make my own haunted house, it would probably be more subdued, atmospheric, like the creaky haunted house doors and sounds of ghosts, maybe a skeleton like flying at you from the rafters. I don't know. But yes, I love haunted houses. I love anything to do with haunted houses. One day I hope to live in a haunted house. So yeah, goals. What's your favorite ghost story or haunted lore? I can't think of a particular one. I could have looked something up and had something to say, but any sort of romantic ghost story where, I don't know, like long lost lovers, where the woman is roaming the woods looking for her man who went off to sea and never came back. I think I heard one once. It was like two Native American tribes that were fighting, and there was a girl from one tribe and a guy from another tribe, and they fell in love, and it was sort of like a Romeo and Juliet thing. Oh my God, am I crying? I'm not crying. But I cried when I heard the story. Anyway, that one was really cool, but I don't remember what tribes they were, what battle it was, or where in the country it was. It was somewhere in the United States. That was a really good one. Okay. Do you plan on Halloween decor hunting this year? If so, what items do you hope to find? I would say I probably plan more on Halloween scavenging / shopping. There's not much hunting to be done here because we don't have a lot of the big stores that y'all have over there in the mainland. We have a TJ Maxx, a Target, a Walmart. We have a Lowe's on the other side of the island, and Home Depot. But we don't really get stuff until, I don't know, I feel like August was the earliest we saw last year. So by the time I get to the stores, it's been picked through, but yeah, I still enjoy it. I don't know if I have any particular items I'm looking for, except maybe I do want to continue my Halloween sound effect collection. I have a couple of albums, and I want to get a few more cassette tapes, the ones you put in the tape player, press play. But yeah, I'm a fan of those vintage Halloween sound effects, tapes, albums, whatever form they come in. I'm a fan. And so yeah, I'll probably go on eBay and look for a couple of those. Okay, candy corn, love it or hate it? I'm just gonna say love it, because what's not to love? It's really pretty, it's just such an iconic Halloween candy, so I can't hate it. I don't eat it a whole lot, but to be fair, the candy corn you get at the grocery store, it's probably not the highest quality. It's probably not even really food. I think it's like, I looked at the ingredients, it's like shellac and sesame oil and artificial flavors, so there's just not much going on. Maybe some high fructose corn syrup, I don't know. But it got me thinking, and I actually looked on YouTube and I found a recipe for homemade candy corn, and it has butter and milk powder, sugar. I mean, what's not to like about that? So maybe if anyone's interested in any homemade candy corn and wants me to do a video about that, let me know. Mom, let me know, Mom, since you're the one that loves candy corn and you're probably one of the only people watching this video. So, but thank you. Thanks, Mom. Let me know. Okay. Are you big into costumes or dressing up for Halloween? If so, what's your favorite costume of all time? The answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love dressing up for Halloween. I cannot remember a Halloween that I did not dress up for. In fact, I have a reoccurring nightmare, and it's probably the only reoccurring nightmare that I have, other than like tidal waves, stuff like that. But it'll be, I don't know, 11:45 Halloween night, and somehow I don't have a costume. I don't have any decorations. And I'm like, oh my God, how could this happen? I missed Halloween. I don't have a costume. So yes, I do. I dress up. I usually have more than one costume. I'll usually have, accessories, like ears and earrings and special Halloween shirts leading up to Halloween, maybe a week before. And then oftentimes on Halloween day, I'll have more than one costume, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm working, I might wear a more subdued costume and then go all out for Halloween night. Never in my life have I missed a Halloween and costume. I would say my favorite, I don't know, I'm pretty classic when it comes to costumes. I'm usually more of a vampire, witch, black cat, kind of thing. It doesn't have to be fancy or elaborate. I usually don't even plan out my Halloween costumes. My favorite thing to do is just to wake up Halloween morning, and I start Halloween morning, and I just go through all my pieces, my costume pieces, and I decide what I want to be for that day. I mean, one year I just decided, oh, I'm going to be a creepy doll. And I was a creepy doll. That was probably one of my favorites. Yeah, that was cool. My husband wouldn't even look at me because he's afraid of dolls, which was nice, actually. Just kidding. This last year, I actually, for the first time in my life, I was subjected to a group theme costume, which was one of my biggest fears, because for me, I just want to be what I want to be. It's got to be scary. It's got to be creepy. I don't want any of this, like, like favorite Care Bear, or I don't know. One year, my friend who I used to work with, she moved to an office upstairs in the same building I worked in, and her little office, they decided to do a theme. I think it was like spices, and I'm like, spices? What's that? I don't get it. So she said that everybody had like a red apron, and I think it had like the McCormick label on the apron, and then there was a name of a different spice. So if I was ever forced to do anything like that, I'd have to, I don't know, I'd have some vampire fangs and some blood with my apron. Maybe I'd splatter my apron with blood. I don't know. But at my work, we did do a theme, and it was video games, which, not a big video game player, but I thought, okay, there's a lot to choose from there. I can find something spooky. So I actually did the demon nurse from Silent Hill. Now, I never played Silent Hill, so I felt like a bit of a poser, but it was a really fun costume. And I actually found a YouTube tutorial, which, if you're interested, let me know. I can find it and post it. But yeah, the girl went into real, like, in-depth. She made the mask, she made the costume. I cheated a little bit. I bought like just a generic nurse costume and then kind of did it up scary like, but that was really cool. That was fun. Pretty much anything, as long as I'm scary or spooky, I'm good, and it's Halloween, I'm happy. What is one activity / experience on your spooky season bucket list this year? Okay. Other than just the normal stuff, watching all my favorite movies, maybe making some Halloween cookies. I love making Halloween cookies. I do want to go, for once in my life, I want to go to a pumpkin patch. And I think they actually have one here on the island. So I guess that would be on my spooky season bucket list. Okay, what book, series, or movie screams Halloween to you? I have several, but my probably go-to, like, gotta watch them every year, it doesn't feel like Halloween, one is Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons, I think it came out in 1988. There is a remake, came out in the 90s, which actually wasn't half bad, which is unusual for remakes, in my opinion. But the original Night of the Demons, it takes place on Halloween night. These teenage kids decide to have a party in a spooky, abandoned, haunted house, and it just goes from there. It's wonderful. I love it. It's kind of gory, though, so if that's not your thing, you might not like it. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, definitely one of my favorites. And like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Anything to do with Elvira, even though that's not specifically Halloween, the movie itself. Anyway, Hocus Pocus, of course, There's 1,000. I don't know about books. I don't know if I've read many Halloween books, except when I was a kid. There was cute little Halloween books. I don't remember any of the names of them, but yeah, let me know if you know any books. That'd be cool. Halloween books. That would be great. How do you typically spend your Halloween night? Whoa. Let's see. I would say lately, last several years, it has been a relatively quiet night. I like to spend Halloween usually at home or somewhere cozy. I'm not a big, like, yeah, let's get fucked up Halloween night kind of person. I like to carve pumpkins and roast pumpkin seeds and watch spooky movies. You know, have a few drinks, special drinks. Usually I get together with my family and, you know, close friends. I love trick-or-treating, but I don't have any children to take trick-or-treating right now. My nephew grew up. He did go last year, but he went like with his teenage friends. I don't think he wanted his cool wine aunt hanging out with him on Halloween. I wasn't required. And we don't get trick-or-treaters here. I would love to hand out candy. It's my dream to live in a neighborhood with sidewalks and really good trick-or-treating so I can hand out candy to cute little kids and see their costumes. But we've never gotten a trick-or-treater here where we live. It's a little too rural, I think. Okay. What does Halloween mean to you? What does Halloween not mean to me? I don't even know how to answer that question. It's just, it's everything. It's magical and it's amazing and I just love it. I love it. Really, really love it. And I don't know who I'd be without it. It's part of my DNA. Halloween. I love it. It's amazing. Okay, last thing is tag your spooky friends. Well, let's see. I don't really know any spooky friends on YouTube, but I am going to tag my friend Derek Fry. He is a spooky film director and just an amazing guy and one of my bestest friends in the whole world. And so I'd like to tag him. Is that how you tag people? Or do you, I don't know. What do you do? Do I put his name in the description? I don't know. I'll talk to him. But anyway, I'm tagging you, Derek. And I'm going to make you watch this video. You know that, right? Okay. Well, you know that now because you're watching it and I made you. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all. So I will go back to drinking my little cappuccino, my little jack-o'-lantern mug, and hanging out with my cats. I hope you all are having a lovely halfway to Halloween.